Are the drive wheels on your lawnmower completely bald and not giving you the traction that you need? And maybe you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on brand new wheels? Well, this $10 10-minute fix will work on just about any lawnmower and can be just what you need to get more grip. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB, giving you the best tips and tricks to survive life in and out of the garage. So my Honda lawnmower has wheels that are made of plastic and are about half worn. But I do notice that the back wheels are starting to slip in the grass. And at over $50 for a brand new pair of drive wheels, it makes you think, what if I could get some rubber tread on these to make them last longer? Well, I have a bike tire here, and this is a mountain bike tire with a deep 1/4-inch knobby tread. I got this tire for about $10, and just about any mountain bike tire with a deep tread will do. I also have some self-tapping screws that are about 3/4 inches long and have a Phillips head on the top. The wheels themselves are about 2 inches wide, and without overthinking this, I'm gonna trim the excess or the sidewalls off the tire. Now, your wheel size may vary, and on my Honda HRN 216 VKA lawnmower wheels, I'm gonna need about 25 inches of tread per wheel. I'm gonna cut a little over that just in case I need more. I'm gonna take this tread now and I'm gonna wrap it around the wheel, and let me tell you, that is a near perfect fit. All I gotta do is trim off this excess once I stretch it out around the wheel. Look at that, fits right on just like a glove. Now to attach this tread to the wheel, what I'm gonna do is use some self-tapping screws. You can see that we have a Phillips head, and you can see that the head is quite small. I chose it this way because I want to hide the head below the tread. Now quite simply here, all I'm gonna do is take one and screw it into the wheel. That buried itself in the tread, that's good. We'll take another one and put it on this side. Now from here, what I'm gonna do is a hopscotch pattern. I have 2 screws, then I'll do a single, then I'll do a double, and then I'll do a single all the way around the wheel. I'll put a couple inches between each set of screws. Now from here, what I'm gonna do is I have about 6 inches left to bolt down, and there is an overlap. And I noticed that as I line this up, the back side of this edge of knobs on the tread is exactly where this line cuts off. So I'm gonna trim it right there first. And look at that, almost a dead-on match. That is perfect. I'm gonna do this one right now. We're gonna cinch this tight. Notice how I put 2 here? I'm gonna put 2 here to hold it down. Snug it down, stretch it a little bit. And then just one more right here. We got a little bit of slack here. I'm just gonna put one more right here in the middle. I'll tell you what, that has more tread and grip than a commercial mower. That is awesome. I can tell already this is gonna give a lot more grip. And help this video get a grip with the YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you. Look at that baby roll. This thing looks bad. I love it. This thing will look like tank tracks rolling across the lawn. Now onto the other wheel, we're gonna do the same exact thing. I need a little over 25 inches, so we're gonna cut this right here. There's our tread. Now we're here onto the other side. We're gonna lift the mower up, put the tread right underneath the wheel, exactly where we want it. Same as the last one, a perfect fit. Same thing here, let's screw her down. I'm gonna put 2 on this end. Look at that, nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna cut it, and perfect. And then again, what I'm gonna do is stretch this nice and tight, close up this gap, and put 2 screws here to hold it down. Done. These wheels look awesome, and I can tell you already that they already give plenty more grip here in the garage. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go test these wheels out. So here's what we're gonna mow. This parkway and this back half of my lawn, covering about 2,000 square feet with enough twists and turns to really test out these wheels. The mowing is now done, and the tread has not budged. It looks exactly as it did when I first put it on. In fact, the grip was so good, as soon as I hit the transmission levers, boom, this thing took off. I was watching the tread carefully as it was spinning to see if it would wiggle off, tear off, the screws would come loose, and I am happy to report that nothing happened. Now, there were some things I was concerned about before doing this procedure, one of them being the screws clanking on the driveway as I'm pushing it in and out of my garage. Well, the screw heads are small enough, and the tread is deep enough to bury those screws inside. As the tread wears down over time, this could become a problem, perhaps hearing those screws clanking on the concrete. But if that's the case, then I'll just replace the tread, which will probably be many years from now. I was also wondering, could these screws scratch up the concrete? Well, again, if you use small screw heads and bury it deep enough in the tread, you're not gonna have that problem. Now, all those screws, which I used a couple dozen of, did a really good job holding that tread down. Now, if you're really concerned about the tread coming off, You could use something maybe like liquid nails to really adhere it to the wheel, but you're gonna have a really tough time taking that tread off when you do need to replace it. Again, the screws did a wonderful job holding that tread down. I don't see a need for anything else beyond that. Another thing I thought about was, will the added tread affect the height of the mower? Perhaps lifting the back end up and making the mower drive across the lawn like this on a slant. Happy to report that is not the case. The back wheels have about a 1/4 inch tread now, and the front wheels have about a little over 1/8 of an inch. So we're talking something very minimal here, something that you would hardly even notice, especially when you get out into the lawn. Now, could this added tread hurt the lawn? I didn't see any damage being done or grass being ripped up as I was making my passes. Perhaps in the spring or in the fall when the grass is really soft, this could dig in a little bit. If that's the case, I would just recommend taking your turns a little slower and hitting your transmission levers just a little more gradually. One more final thing I thought about when I was actually mounting this tread onto the wheels was, should I take the wheels off or not? Well, if you take the wheel off, then you have to mount it in something like a vise in order to hold it in place so you can screw it down and get the screws right where you need to be. I found that just by keeping the tread on, putting the tread underneath the wheel, wrapping it up, putting in all your screws, and then rolling it forward and keep adding your screws that way seemed to be the easiest way to go. Overall, I'm really happy with this modification. If you are curious as to how this modification is holding up long term, what I'll do is I'll pin a comment down below with any problems that I find along the way. Perhaps if the tread comes off or the screws come loose, I will document all that information down below in the pinned comment. If you are interested in learning how to grease your lawnmower wheels so that way they can spin more freely and reduce wear over time, I'll have a video link down below in the description for you to check out. For more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.